I'm going to be spending the next 24 hours shiny hunting in the Crimson Mirelands in Pokemon Legends Arceus. So, welcome back everyone to essentially part 2 of the series, where I'll be spending 24 hours shiny hunting in all 5 zones of Hisui in an attempt to get as many shiny Pokemon as possible and to see which one gives me the best results. We had an absolutely amazing start in the Obsidian Fieldlands last video, so I cannot wait to get right into the hunting. Now, unlike last time, our first shiny unfortunately wasn't an alpha Pokemon, but was definitely still something I'm happy to start on. Oh, our first shiny, Petalil. Okay, Petalil's a cool little fella. I don't like that Golduck in the background though. Holy, oh, I'm so glad it wasn't him. Nice, we'll take it. Now, for those who haven't seen the first video in the series yet, basically, the way we're going to track which location gives us the best results is using the scoring system I made up, where 1 point is allocated for any regular shiny, 5 points are given out for any shiny alpha, and then we also have a checklist of all the Pokemon that can spawn in the wild for that area, where whatever percentage of the list is checked off are turned into points. Now, you'll see the scoring system in action pretty soon, but first, we need to get some more shinies, so let's get right back to the hunting. Now, the next 2 shinies were found within literally 2 minutes of each other, again proving how insanely cracked shiny hunting in Legends Arceus is, with the first one being a teal Krogunk and the second one being a Rhyhorn. Then the next shiny I actually almost missed due to the thick fog covering the screen, as well as the fact that the shiny sound was super quiet and I only barely managed to hear it. You can even see me save a replay video right before actually seeing the sparkles because I just needed to double check if I was going insane or not. But thankfully my sanity is still intact and we found ourselves a joyful little Bidoof. Now, in the previous video, I had 3 pretty consistent questions that I was getting asked in the comments that I think I should probably answer. So let me quickly go through them. 1. Am I using the shiny charm? Yep, definitely using the shiny charm if that wasn't obvious. 2. Is my Pokedex perfected, seeing as that would boost some of the shiny rates even more? No, I actually haven't completed the Pokedex. Only a very small amount of Pokemon in my dex are perfected, so that really shouldn't affect the results very much. And 3, how do I shiny hunt in these videos? Well, basically, I pretty much just follow a route that sees all the static alpha Pokemon spawns in the area to increase the chances of getting shiny alphas. Or if there's like a massive mass outbreak, I'll obviously just fly over all the outbreaks to check for shinies. Hopefully that helped clear up some questions you may have had. Surprisingly, we haven't even crossed the first hour yet, and we're still getting shinies, with our next one being a Carnivine who spawned right next to the static alpha Toxicroak spawn, which did trick me for like half a second, thinking that we already found a shiny alpha, but unfortunately it was just this sentient fly trap. And I know some of you aren't gonna believe this luck, but we somehow managed to find a 6th shiny in just the first hour. This one being one I'm not so fond of, however. Oh my god, it's a fucking Stunky. Oh, I hate this. I don't know why I hate this Pokemon with a passion. I don't know. Skunks might be my like least favorite animal in the whole fucking planet. I don't know why. They're just disgusting animals. Their whole fucking gimmick is just smelling like shit. At least I don't mind the shiny. I actually quite like it. Hate the Pokemon though. Alright, let's see how many shiny points we've collected with our scoring system so far. So I've got 6 points for our regular shinies, 0 points for our lack of shiny alphas, and after evolving Petalil into Lilligant, Krogunk into Toxicroak, Rhyhorn into Rhydon and Rhyperior, Bidoof into Bibarel, and Stunky into Skuntank, we've now checked off 12 of the 93 available spawns, which is just under 13%, giving us an extra 12 points. So, after only 1 hour of hunting, the Crimson Mirelands is currently sitting at 18 shiny points. Do you reckon we'll be able to catch up and beat the Obsidian Fieldlands score of 155 by the end? Quick update. I actually made a couple of errors with the final score for the Fieldlands in the previous video, because basically I 1, forgot to evolve Lickitung into Licky Licky, and 2, didn't include shiny Cascoon in the final checklist tally because of some human error on my end. So we actually got 56 of the 88 spawns, which ends up increasing the final score by 2 points. So the Obsidian Fieldlands actually scored 157 points. Just thought I needed to clarify that before we continue. Anyways, as we made our way into the second hour, the pace slowed down much more compared to the first, seeing as we only scored a single shiny, but at least it was another new one, being the amazing blue dragonfly Yunma. It turns out the slowness carried into the third hour as well, seeing as it also only provided a single shiny, but at least it was a shiny I was not expecting to get at all. Oh my god, is that a Barboach? Holy shit. Okay, those barely spawn anywhere here. Like literally just in the tiny little rivers. Where is he? I actually cannot. Oh, there he is. That one's the shiny, right? It must be. Yeah, oh my god, shiny Barboach. I love the yellow on him. I wish Wishcash, that's a tongue twister, I wish he had a yellow shiny. He unfortunately ruins it, I reckon. But wow, I was not expecting to get Barboach. Very nice. But before we continue the hunting, this video is sponsored by HelloFresh. HelloFresh is America's #1 meal kit delivery service that'll deliver fresh ingredients and healthy recipes right to your doorstep. Life getting too busy to go grocery shopping? No worries, HelloFresh has got you covered with over 50 affordable and healthy dinner options, as well as 30 calorie and protein smart recipes that can be completely customized into your order week to week. Every meal also comes pre-portioned to minimize the stress of cooking and make things as easy and time efficient as possible. Not to mention, HelloFresh also provides a free breakfast meal with literally every single delivery for life whilst your subscription is active. Now, who could say no to free meals? I cannot recommend signing up to HelloFresh enough because it's an absolute game changer with a large variety of options to quick and easy to family friendly to vegetarian. And not only will you be helping yourself, but you'll also be supporting me and the growth of the channel. So click the link in the description or use my code on screen to get 10 free meals plus free breakfast for life whilst your subscription is active. Or if you're outside of the US, local discounts will apply. Thank you so much HelloFresh for the sponsor, and let's get back to the hunting. The next shiny we found was unfortunately our first duplicate, being a B-Barrel. Okay, I know it was Bidoof we found earlier, but it's still technically a duplicate seeing as we needed to evolve him for the checklist. But then fast forward a little over half an hour and we were treated to another blue dragonfly. Now normally getting shiny duplicates can be quite annoying, but ultimately they're still quite useful seeing as they at least give us another point to the shiny score. And on the topic of duplicates, we were then treated to another shiny Carnivine. I was kind of surprised that we hadn't found any shiny alphas by now, considering how around this time in the Fieldlands we had already scored 2. And just to make things even worse, our next shiny spawned right next to 2 alphas. It's like the game is teasing me or something. However, some good news, after that little duplicate deviation, we finally managed to get something new, with our next shiny being the adorable pink Pachirisu, who ended up running away from me like 2 times, but thankfully the power of saving the game prevents that from being an issue. Continuing on with new finds, our next shiny to tick off the checklist was the green spaghetti monster Tangela, who we found at an outbreak, which is pretty cool and definitely one of my favorite Gen 1 shinies. Then our next find was nothing too crazy, just being another little Bidoof. However, he was soon followed up by something else new, that being the annoying little bug crab Paris. Come on now, we were approaching the 7-hour mark and still hadn't found any shiny alphas. I mean, I can't complain because we're at least still finding new shinies, but if we want to catch up to the Obsidian Fieldland score of 157, we're gonna need to find some Shalfers. Speaking of which, let's check out what our score is currently sitting at. So, we've got 16 points for our regular shinies, 0 points for shiny alphas, and after evolving Yunma into Yunmega, Barboach into Wishcash, Tangela into Tangrowth, and Paris into Parasect, we've checked off 21 of the 93 available spawns in the Mirelands, which is a little over 22%, meaning at this time, we are currently sitting at 38 shiny points. Definitely not too bad, but we've got a lot of catching up to do if we want to beat the Fieldlands. Now, thankfully, our near future is bright, with some pretty cool things coming up in the next few hours. Starting off with another new shiny who can help tick off 3 more Pokemon with his evolutions, followed up by a brief shiny drought, where the next 2 hours only consisted of a disgusting duplicate Stunky and a little Petalil. But then, finally, after 9.5 hours of hunting, we thankfully managed to score our first shiny alpha. Oh my god! Yo! Shiny Alpha Torterra? That's fucking sick! That's fucking awesome! How good is that? What an absolute beast! That's so cool! Oh my god, I'm just so happy to finally have gotten a shiny alpha. Torterra is such a cool Pokemon. To be honest, I wish I don't know. The shiny's not my favorite, I'll say that, but that doesn't make this any less exciting. Oh my god. I'm pretty sure out of all the Gen 4 final evolutions, I think the only shiny alpha I'm missing is the Infernape now. I was hoping to get him in the last video, but no luck. But nice, we finally got a shiny alpha. Let's go. What a crazy cool Pokemon to get a shiny alpha of. I'm so happy with this find. And believe it or not, the luck doesn't stop there, because fast forward a little over 30 minutes later and we're treated with our first shiny unknown, which is pretty cool. But can you guess which letter it's gonna be? I'll give you 3 seconds to take your guess. Oh, shiny unknown. What is that? Is that P? Shiny unknown P. Oh, I love unknown. Such a cool Pokemon. One thing I really wish is they had like a regional form where they're a different font. Like how funny would that be? Like a bold unknown, I don't know, calligraphy unknown. But anyways, I love the blue shiny. Let's go. Now, remember how we were dealing with a massive shiny alpha drought? Well, I think the game is now trying to compensate because not even half an hour after the Shalfa Torterra, we managed to get this little beast. Oh my god, was that the Alpha Petaloo? I actually can't tell. It wasn't the Pachirisu. That Togepi looks normal. I'll just say, is it the normal Petaloo? It's not you. Your eyes are normal. I can't tell because his eyes are red. Oh my god! It's the Petaloo. Oh my god, shiny Alpha Petaloo? What the hell? Oh my god, look at it run. That is terrifying. I couldn't tell it was shiny because his body barely changes, and the only noticeable part is like its eyes turning purple, but like the red covers it. No way! Literally right after the Torterra as well. That is fucked. How good is that? I love getting non-evolved Pokemon in like shiny alpha form. Like seeing a big Pokemon turn big is one thing, but then seeing a Pokemon that's supposed to be tiny being like the size of the player is crazy. I love it. Nice. 2 shiny alphas in an hour. That is crazy. And what's even better is that's an easy 10 extra shiny points to our score right there, seeing as they count for 5 points as opposed to regular shinies. Now the luck did start to slow down for a little bit, seeing as we were bombarded with a couple of duplicates, including another Tangela, Geodude, and Yanma, but then our next find was something I was more than happy to finally come across. Yes! We got Psyduck! Let's go! Oh my god, it's about time. Oh, I've missed you, little fella. And we haven't even seen Golduck yet. Oh my god, it's my lucky day. I'm actually so surprised we haven't seen Golduck yet. Like, I think I see more Golduck spawns than Psyduck here. Always happy to find a shiny of this little guy. Fast forward literally 2 minutes later, and we find another shiny who I really wish was Ralts, but was at least something else new. Oh no! I thought it was the Ralts. I mean, Roselia is new. Actually, yeah, can't complain about Roselia. But I always see Ralts here, and I thought it was going to be Ralts when I heard that. Oh my god, look how photogenic this is. They're like in this little portal. I don't know. Oh, no, God of what battle? I don't want you to pick up the iron. Oh, I wish it was Ralts, but I can't complain about this either. And on the topic of more new shinies, we then came across our first green bat, which is nice. And then after another filthy pink Stunky, we found another new green shiny in the form of Teddiursa. With all the new shinies we've been getting, plus the 2 shiny alphas, on top of the fact that we've now crossed the 12-hour mark, I'd love to see where our progress is sitting at now. Okay, so we've got 28 points for our regular shinies, 10 points for our 2 shiny alphas, and then after doing some quick evolutions, turning Geodude into Graveler, Roselia into Roserade, Zubat into Crobat, Teddiursa into Ursaring and Ursaluna, and then Psyduck into... Wait. No, I can't do this. Ain't no way am I turning this precious fella into an evil shiny Golduck. I cannot turn you into the thing I seek to destroy. Wait, I have an idea. And now we just close the game without saving, and yep, that's good enough for me. And with that, we've now found 34 of the 93 Pokemon on the checklist, which is 36%. So with all those points added together, we've boosted the score up to a respectable 74 shiny points. Not too bad at all. I'm hoping by the time we check in next time, we've crossed the 100 point mark. Now, unfortunately, the next few hours were filled to the brim with duplicates, which isn't horrible, but not very effective at boosting our shiny score very much. Those duplicates would include another Bidoof, a shiny unknown N, which is sorta new, but not really, a Carnivine, another Paris, our 4th blue Yanma, a 2nd pink Pachirisu, who was followed up literally 30 seconds later by another Bidoof, and then we essentially had another back-to-back shiny find pretty soon after, with a duplicate Krogunk, followed up by yet another Paris only a minute later. And just when I thought the possibility of new shinies was nothing but a myth, the duplicate streak was finally broken. Combi! Oh my god, you're new. You're new. Oh my god, a new shiny. It has been so long. No way. It's unfortunately a male, meaning we can't evolve it. I swear, I don't think I've ever gotten a shiny female Combi. I could be wrong, but for the amount of Combi I've gotten Legends Arceus, shiny, I don't remember any of them being female. Requires a fact check, but yeah. Unfortunate, but at least it's something new. 3 minutes after that Combi, we managed to get another new shiny, which is one I absolutely adore and have been waiting to see shine for quite some time now. Oh, Goomy! I love Goomy. Oh my god. Holy shit, we finally got him. Oh, I think you might be my favorite Kalos Pokemon, especially with the shiny. Oh my god, the yellow and purple looks so good. Oh, no way. I am honestly so disappointed with shiny Hisui and Sliggoo and Goodra, and the Hisuians in general. They're so boring. I mean, I guess them getting a shell is funny, but they didn't even... The shinies don't even turn gold when they evolve anymore. Like they're not yellow, they're just normal colors. The only thing that changes is their gray shells turn to like a gross brown. Such a disappointing like Hisuian form. But at least we got this little guy. And in the same run as the Combi and Goomy, we managed to find yet another new shiny in the form of Kricketot. 3 new shinies in one lap of the Mirelands is crazy this late into the challenge. We then shortly took a detour back into Duplicate Avenue with another male Combi, but we swerved right back on track soon after with our first shiny Ghastly, which is crazy because these guys spawn everywhere at nighttime. And the fact that we're only just getting his shiny now is quite a surprise. Also, what's actually insane is that the last 10 shiny Pokemon we found have all been found within an hour, which is just unheard of for any other Pokemon game. We were averaging one every 6 minutes. Just let that sink in. With all the luck we've been facing, it was only natural that we'd be thrown more duplicates, with our next finds being our 5th Yanma, another Golden Bidoof, and our 4th Carnivine. Alright, I think it's time for our last progress update before the final results at the end. So we've now got 54 regular shinies, no new shiny alphas to our current collection of 2, and then with another evolution session, turning Goomy into Sliggoo and Goodra, Kricketot into Kricketune, and Ghastly into Haunter and Gengar, we've now checked off 43 of the 93 Pokemon on the checklist, which is equal to 46%. And with all those scores combined, we had just managed to cross the 100 mark with 101 shiny points. With only 7 hours remaining, do you reckon we'll be able to get the extra 57 points to beat the Fieldland score? It's not going to be easy, but it's definitely doable. Now, like Ghastly from not too long ago, our next shiny was another one that I'm incredibly surprised we hadn't seen pop up yet, and that would be our first shiny Hippopotas. It reminds me how we didn't get shiny Shinx until the very end of the Fieldlands video, despite them being extremely common spawns. By now, I was wondering when the hell our next shiny alpha was going to pop up, seeing as it's been a hot minute since our Shalfa Petalil, and although there didn't seem to be any in sight, we were thankfully treated to another new fella, which I absolutely love. Oh, Skorupi! Oh my god, I forgot you could even spawn here. Probably because I think it might only be in outbreaks. But oh my god, this shiny is so good. Oh my god, no, we are not fighting with all of them. I need to get a backstrike so they all like get scared. Oh, and I'm sure everyone has the same thoughts as me, but shiny Drapion is such a disappointment. I don't know who was in charge of making the shinies for these 2 Pokemon, but I don't know how you can possibly go from this awesome red Skorupi and then looking at Drapion and being like, nah, let's just make him shit. But shiny Skorupi, let's go. And damn, this game just loves to give me shinies back to back, because only 2 minutes later and we find ourselves another shiny Hippo. As expected for being this far into the challenge, we were coming up to another duplicate streak, starting off with another male Combi, 2 Toxicroaks who were pretty much found in the exact same spot 30 minutes after each other, another adorable little Goomy, another Paris, and a Krogunk who was drowning in this lava sludge puddle thing. We then finally broke the streak with another new shiny, this one being Bidoo, but unfortunately we had already gotten its 2 evolutions, so he'll only tick off 1 more Pokemon from the checklist instead of 3. But thankfully, the luck of finding new shinies continued, and I finally managed to get this absolute peak shiny that I've been waiting for this whole challenge. Oh, yes! We finally got the shiny Rolls! Oh my god. It's about time! Absolute peak shiny. And it's a male. Okay, that's good. Because if we want to optimize how many Pokemon we tick off the checklist, we might as well evolve this one into Gallade, seeing as only males can turn into Gallade, whereas Gardevoir can be male or female. Oh, I'm a little disappointed as well, though. There's been so many alpha Rolls that have been spawning up here, but okay, I can't complain. Let's go! Now, I know I went over all that optimizing talk as I was catching the Rolls, but what I failed to remember is that unlike the Alabaster Icelands, Gardevoir and Gallade can't even spawn in the Mirelands, even with outbreaks, so they're not even on the checklist. Quite unfortunate, but I'm just happy to check off Ralts and Curlier at least. By now, we only had 2.5 hours remaining, and I was still quite shocked to think about the fact that we had only scored 2 shiny alphas so far. By now, the Obsidian Fieldlands already had 6, and whilst I hate to be the bearer of bad news, the final stretch of this hunt wasn't anything special, ending on a couple of more duplicates, including a Toxicroak, Teddiursa, Croagunk, Goomy, another Croagunk, 2 Geodudes back to back, and finally ending on a shiny unknown U. And that was 24 hours worth of shiny hunting in the Crimson Mirelands. But before you go, let's see how it compared to the Fieldlands. So, we managed to score a total of 64 regular shiny Pokemon, 2 shiny alphas which give us 10 points, and after some final evolutions turning Hippopotas into Hippowdon, Skorupi into Drapion, and Ralts into Curlier, we managed to cross off just slightly over half of the available spawns, with 50 out of 93 or 53% of the checklist. So, after 24 hours of shiny hunting in the Crimson Mirelands, we managed to score a grand total of 127 shiny points. Honestly, not as bad as I was expecting. Only 30 points behind the Fieldlands. Not bad at all. So, we've now completed 2 out of the 5 zones of Hisui, meaning our next video will be taking place in one of my favorite zones, the Cobalt Coastlands. I cannot wait to continue this journey, and if you're enjoying it as much as I am, please make sure to click that subscribe button and either check out part 3 listed on screen right now, or if it's not released yet, please check out some of my other crazy shiny hunting challenges. Thank you all for making it this far, and thank you all so much for watching.